Welcome back to Gaijin Hideout. I'm Jeff. I'm a streamer who's brand new to Monster Hunter. I've got about maybe 15 hours total in Monster Hunter World that I've been streaming on my Twitch channel. So today we are reacting live to Monster Hunter Wilds. I happened to wake up this morning and see that they are already streaming live. So I'm going to go ahead and react to the gameplay that they are showcasing. It looks like they had some technical difficulties on the live stream, and then so they were planning on doing multiplayer. They ended up only doing single player due to those issues, and then they switched to another hunt shortly after. So it's really early morning for me, not really early morning, so I'm good until about office hours, and then I gotta go get ready and head into the office. So let me know in the comments if you guys want me to stream this tomorrow and Friday if they do another stream, if you would be interested in that. I have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Gaijin Hideout. Just let me know if there's interest from my subscribers and stuff, and I'll totally do it. But in the meantime, since we're here, I'm gonna react as much as I can and get up as fast as I can, and let's check this out because this is brand new Monster Hunter, brand new gameplay right there. Bam, bam, bam. Wake up, get my breakfast. What are you guys having for breakfast? I guess it'll be later when this goes up, but in Monster Hunter.
For anyone who sees
Wake and Hunt.
is concerned that there's simplified character creation,
Wake and
don't
Hunt.
worry. This is just for the show floor demo version to make things go quickly. We've made some preset characters for you to choose, but the full game has the detailed character creator that you've come to know and love.
Look at the physics on the threads hanging off.
We've also included voices by default on each character today, but in the full game you will be able to choose the voice you
Look
want
at
to
the
have on your
Palco.
character.
That's fantastic. I know our community love to express themselves via their hunters, and not just their hunters, but their palicos.
I forgot this was in Germany. So it's so far ahead, this conference,
Exactly,
of
and
my time
similarly,
zone.
you know, we want to keep things simple for the show floor demo. People who are coming to
Oh, here we are.
play the game don't have to wait
So
too
we're in
much time
camp.
on that part of it. We've had some characters created here, but you'll be able to do some detailed settings in the full game.
Doshiguma.
Yeah, I'm loving the different hair color options as well. I spotted that in there.
These ones are traveling in a pack, it looks like. It seems like really large monsters can be traveling in packs this time. So I'm curious to see how that
One of
works.
them is for perhaps the more beginner hunters who want to have a bit of an introduction to the story and the setting. And we have another one for those more veteran hunters who are able to jump right into the action.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
So we've got two different quests that you can take on here at Gamescom. One of them is for perhaps the more beginner hunters who want to have a bit of an introduction to the story and the setting. And we have another one for those more veteran hunters who are able to jump right into the action.
Okay.
To say that's the one I'll be doing today.
So they're doing the more
And here
advanced
we are
one?
at the camp as well, obviously. We see the hunter here with the greatsword on her back, but we know that Takuda-san will be rocking the hunting horn. So we're going to take a look at the camp section now.
Hunting horn, huh?
Oh,
Oh, this is like very chill. Look at this. It's much smaller, your little area. You're in a little bungalow, a little tent, a little hideout, a little Gaijin hideout.
From any of the 14 weapon types here in the camp.
Oh, it's
We were
kind of
discussing our
cozy.
weapon choices as a multiplayer party earlier. Now that I'm
I wasn't sure if I
I'm
thought-
gonna keep it simple and go with my usual choice of great swords.
A fine choice, a classic.
Oh my gosh. It's cozy. We're feeling cozy.
You can see I'm choosing my armor here. In previous Monster Hunter games, you had male and female armor was separate. I'm happy to confirm that in Monster Hunter Wilds, there's no more male and female armor. All characters can wear any gear.
That's awesome. Fashion game is officially the end game.
Oh, interesting.
またコントローラーがご機嫌が非常に悪いです。
俺んとこは一番マシかもね。こっちでやった方がいいかもね。
Unfortunately, Tokuda-san's controller is on the blink again.
Uh-oh.
Well, enjoy the view of some of the armor sets in the meantime. And obviously that exciting news that now in Monster Hunter Wilds, no matter how you choose to build your hunter, what they look like, any of the armor sets in the game, they can use as long as you have the monster parts. So that's incredible. We know the community have been wondering if this would be the case. So I cannot wait to see what the community cook up when they get their hands on it in 2025.
Oh, wow. That's really great that the armor's no longer gender exclusive. I'm going to cover up the female characters when I stream with male armor so that you sick bastards can focus on the game. It's for your own good.
So
no, I'm just
excited to
kidding.
hear about that.
Yeah, the developers also love seeing everyone posting their characters.
Yes.
And especially their palicos, of course.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I actually have a cat in real life, and I always
One thing I've learned is after last stream, I'm definitely covering up their feet.
It's my palico off of her. She's a little tortoise shell. So actually, one of the presets is a tortoise shell as well here. So yeah, you love to see it.
I'm sure we have a lot of cat lovers in the community who
Yeah.
love recreating their little bodies.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
OK
I think
別のに変えました
the controller
we
should be
good?
working now, so let's see if we can get back into the action.
This checks out. I'm a programmer. I'm not a game developer, but
じゃあ選んだので
I've worked for startups where we've had to demo apps in high pressure situations or at presentations. Always breaks during the presentation. Anything it's called Moore's law. Anything I think it's called Moore's law. Anything that can go wrong, will go wrong.
Here, so let's go on.
Always, like almost always,
今回の
without fail. This looks.
ハンター
Oh,
た
this
ちの
looks
拠点が
good.
ベースキャンプになります
So this is the base camp, which is the camp of operations for the hunters.
It's a lot less to walk around in. It looks like,
オートで
which is probably more
ターゲ
convenient.
ットの
Wow,
ところまで
that's cozy, and you're just right into it.
It's actually automatically leading me towards my target. I'm not steering it at the
これ
moment.
で
The bugs are
出てくれます
back.
し人のいる拠点と
No loading
フィールドに
screen.
今までロードが挟まってましたけども今回はシームレスに行き来できるようになって
Of
ます
course, you might have noticed zero loading screens, zero buffer, just ride straight out from camp into the field.
Absolutely. So when we say seamless, this is it in the flesh.
Okay.
非常にシームレスな体験ですね。
I wonder if that jump across the cliffs is like their transition animation
今ね隠れ
into
身の
this
そういう
next
のを見
area.
ましたね
I wonder how that
You
works.
see that the monsters are forming a bit of a pack here.
I think Takuda stands about.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder how.
These are pretty large monsters to be in a pack. Do they just run away? They're running away, huh?
Where could they be leading him?
That health bar and stamina bar look kind of
And what we saw
nice.
there is
Look,
how
look
quickly
pretty
you can mount
look pretty
in there as
modern.
well. So using a button prompt, you can get straight back onto your mount and into the action.
Kind of reminds me of what they did for the boss
急
bars
に
for
動き出しました
Dragon's Dogma
これは
2.
なかなか珍しい
Tokuda-san is sometimes surprised by the monster behavior because it's so realistic and unpredictable. He's never seen them run away this quickly, so he's having to change his strategy to figure out what to do.
They've clearly heard of his hunting prowess. And we've got
So is it
mounted
dynamic?
combat
Like they'll
there as
just-
well.
It's that dynamic, I should say. Why does this look real? That's crazy.
So we're taking advantage of
Wait,
the,
we're just right in the now we're in the desert. Okay, so this was the desert
mounted combat is an option when you're re-engaging
part of
the
this
monster.
area that we saw on the
just to keep them on, their toes.
website. Wow.
Oh my goodness. So obviously, like having
All three of them?
monsters like this is a first for the Monster Hunter series. So yeah. Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Why does it look real? Why does it look real, dude?
You may
What
have
the
seen
heck?
Carnivores actually grabbed and threw one of the herbivores at me.
Ah, that great sword looks so cool. I gotta try out a great sword sometime, man.
So small monsters can be dangerous in many ways.
Oh, okay. I guess I can see why this is for more experienced hunters. It's 3 at once.
まあ今大小やし玉を使えってすごい出てますね
Is this just what it is? It's
So
it's
you
just
can see that
bosses
there's
in
a
packs
recommendation here for me to
and you
use
have to
Gunpowder.
suffer?
That'll help me get rid of the other guys in the pack.
ちなみに今までのようにこうアイテムセレクト普通にできるんですけどこういう 拡張版
So we actually have an extended
で一気に
version
選ぶ
of
こ
the
とが
classic item selection bar, which you might have seen come up on the screen here.
Oh,
It's a new option for how to choose your items.
That's fantastic. More flexibility, allowing you to access the item you want even quicker. And then
Okay.
we see the large dunk pod being deployed.
I
which
think I like
hopefully
that.
should split
Yeah, I
the
think that's
pack up
good.
Because
uh-oh. Why are they?
こ
Oh,
れを、
Why'd they split up?
を大事にするようなやり方もあるんですけど、一番簡単な
why'd they split up? What did you say?
More flexibility, allowing you to access the item
It's a new option.
quicker. And then we see the large dunk pod being deployed, which hopefully should split the pack up because
Oh, so the dung pod, yeah, because chat was telling me the dung pods are used to make monsters run away, so this would split them up, I guess. I guess that makes sense. Is that a new use for dung pods? Whoa, wait, what was that? What? Oh, that's the Balahara. Okay. And he's just
Can,
out
of
there,
course,
huh?
Throw the dunk pod at each individual member of the herd who you want to get rid of, but
What?
we have this new large dunk pod I've chosen here.
Can I do that in World? I need to try that in World. I just made it to the Coral Forest where those insects are.
And also, so we're seeing obviously Mountain in Monster Hunter Wilds, and the new way it has
Draw
been,
finisher.
added to the game.
Oh,
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
oh, that was cool.
And then we see the small monsters getting involved as well. So it's as we mentioned, a living, breathing world, and we see this pack of small monsters.
This is a lot.
taking advantage of Doshiguma being
This
in
is a
bit of tough
lot going
monster.
on. This is crazy.
そうですね、こういう小さいモンスターが大型モンスターを攻撃したりするのもワイルズから加わった要素になります。
Yeah, this is a brand new feature where we have this kind of interaction at different levels of the ecosystem. It brings an extra level of realism.
And talking of,
They were
wonderful,
definitely
there's a
experimenting with
certain
this in
monster the background
Wilds.
there as well.
Oh,
Hopefully they
gosh,
don't
was
come
that
and
what-
visit, 'cause
is
was
that what I
scary.
thought it
But
was?
we are in the inclemency period right now. A storm has rolled in mid-hunt, dramatically changing the whole locale.
Oh, it's in the storm
Bit of a
area
shocking
now.
experience.
What the heck?
ハラいます。
And there's just a Balahara
Here
here.
we have another of our monsters that we've revealed here, Balahara. And,
Are they gonna
Balahara
fight
and,
each other?
Doshiguma, they don't seem to be getting on too well. We're seeing.
Oh my gosh!
So, Tokudu-san, what are we seeing here?
What the?
これはどういう状況でしょうか？
おっとやばいやばいやばいこっちにもおー別のバーラ
I'm in shock, to be honest.
危ない危ない
It seems that he's engaged the Balahara.
I did
hoping
not
to
expect
start
them
a
to
turf
get
war.
that
Engage the main monster.
involved
Good work.
with each other in the combat. The way he's just crawling up the Balahara, the way the Balahara was crawling up the Doshiguma. No
We
way.
have a certain monster here that was officially revealed in yesterday's trailer.
Oh
Over
my
Midnight
God,
Live.
look at him.
Behold, the apex monster of the Windward Plains, Rey Dau.
This is an
And we have
awesome
seen the community
gameplay
calling it,
demo.
Thor Magala,
But
when it was first
can you
teased,
just imagine
which did make
how
us chuckle.
stressful this
Yeah,
mission
Rey Dau
is-
the
would
name
be?
of this powerful monster. So if you do come across this, if you're at Gamescom,
Oh
and
my
you think
gosh,
it's your-
look at him!
Good luck. You'll need it.
Oh God, that's horrifying. All this to hunt one Doshiguma, one guy, one big boy.
レダウに向かっていく人多いです。
も
Yeah,
のすごく強いんで
we've seen a lot of people
Oh, we're gonna be
coming to the booth
busy.
actually intentionally seeking out Rey Dau for a challenge, but as you said, it's a really fearsome monster to take on. So you need to be pretty confident.
This is going to be my whole year, is figuring out how this works.
Monster, I'm going straight for that one.
Oh, so did he intentionally lead him over here?
And look at the power on that.
Oh my God! He's using him to kill the Doshiguma. I love it! I love it!
Doshiguma's gonna win
I
this
love
against Rey
it.
Dau.
Oh my God, it's brilliant. Valid. I think that's a valid strat.
プレイ見せることもあんまり今までなかったので。
Yeah, this is our first opportunity, Rosa-san says, to have a chance to really show a big meaty chunk of gameplay rather than showing trailers. So it's a great chance for everyone to see this.
Absolutely.
I
and
appreciate that they're
expert
just
hands as
they're
well, which
they're
is
going they're
fantastic.
taking it to the max right out the gate after
藤岡さん
so long with just the
レダウンの
trailers.
こだわりは
That's so clever. So you just We really are just banging this guy up against every aspect of the environment. Oh, there he goes. Okay, now we're in the craggy area that they showed. Oh, and you can just drop that on him? Wow, so you can really use the environment to your advantage. You can use other bosses. You can drop boulders on him. This poor bastard's been electrocuted, had a rock dropped on him, had poop thrown in his face.
And Fujioka-san explained that, you know, the first monster you meet is kind of more like Doshagama-style, beastly, furry kind of creatures. So we want to have something that stood apart from those, but that also represented the new feature of the kind of the stormy conditions that can change at any time. So having this kind of lightning creature really represents the elemental nature of the new Monster Hunter Wilds environmental design.
Yeah, it's encapsulated wonderfully. Like the community reaction when we just teased the monster was fantastic. Theory crafting, making fan art, trying to make out what the monster looks like. Yeah, I can definitely see that coming through.
異常気象、砂嵐の異常気象の特徴の一つとして、先ほどのようなレダウのようなモンスターが出るというのも一つあるんですけど、この大海豚という環境生物がいろんなところに現れます。それをこうアクティブにすることで、
Rey Dau. Okay, Rey Dau looks insane. To like the way he moves and stuff is awesome.
Thunderbug here, it's one of the environmental creatures, the endemic life that's on the Windward Plains. So I was able to activate them, and that creates a huge shock effect. For
yeah, I saw this in. I did this in Monster Hunter World.
Keep a lookout for these little things in the environment can really capitalize on them during a hunt.
These are very subtly placed in here. This time around, I think. I didn't even see that.
Hey!
Wow. That was a lot. Inflict more damage by aiming for wounds in focus mode with L2. Okay, so it's just be like
one example of the many different
you're aiming your
slinger
slinger
that you can use to cause damage. There's even bigger rock falls than that and other things to discover.
Absolutely, I remember actually using rock falls in Monster Hunter World, and I'd miss most of the time. So it's
where's
good
he
that
going?
there's lots of opportunities to
fire an SOS
traps,
flare.
So, you know, if you miss the first time, you might get them the second time.
What is that?
And what we've just seen here as well is the support hunter feature.
Oh, so Doshiguma is much bigger than the reptile.
They're just saying that Chatacabra has turned up on the scene, so we've got quite a menagerie today.
We do. So we've seen 4 different monsters already in
Wow.
the space of this one hunt. And they've all come up and tried to take on Takuda-san as well.
タタカブラは初期のモンスターなので遊びやすい。
I love it. I love it. You can just go from fight to fight to fight. You can make them all fight each other. You could have them all fight you.
Used to the series, it'll be a little easier to take on.
Absolutely, and what a character he is with that tongue.
It just seems like there's a
あれ、
you can make this as crazy or as not or straightforward as you want at any given moment.
NPC が
Who's fighting? Oh,
もう今
so I think that flare summoned other monster hunters, right?
Takuda-san put up an SOS flare.
Okay,
Even though
they're
he's
talking
playing
about
offline in single player, 3 support AI hunters have now joined him, who you can see on the party list on the left.
it.
These are
Really?
intelligent new AI companions that will help out single players.
Are they using pawn AI? Did we get this from Dragon's Dogma 2?
スタの罠を僕が落としたら
I know there's crossover from Monster Hunter Dragon's Dogma 2. Was there cross hunter from Dragon's
They're
Dogma
really
2 and Monster
intelligent,
Hunter?
so just now, whenever I took a vine trap and set it up,
Ooh, are we gonna get pawn AI in Monster Hunter?
Stop attacking the monster and come to me and the trap so that we can lure the monster towards us. So they're really smart.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What did he say? Sorry, let me.
By attacking the vines, the AI hunters knew to stop attacking the monster and come to me and the trap so that we can lure the monster towards us. So they're really smart.
Oh, so they're not gonna kill him
And that's great to say, you know, 'cause we know a
unnecessarily.
lot of gamers, they don't play online or they prefer a solo experience. And for that, you can still kind of have that multiplayer or companionship feel with the support hunters. And it's your choice whether you use them or not as well.
That's interesting. Everybody watching that's a Dragon's Dogma fan, you guys got to pay attention and see if you see any pawn AI behavior.
できないんですけどこの通常弾と
Oh, is that the trap?
三弾
Nice.
単数弾の3種を
Well,
2本弾として
broke
無限
out.
に撃てるようにしています。
So we've changed the mechanics here a little bit when it comes to the bow guns. You'll notice when I was choosing the ammo that you can choose between having smaller bullets that you can shoot off infinitely, or more powerful bullets that are more limited in ammo.
All right, the storm's gone, just like that.
Decision when to bring out the big guns.
That's that's a
really
fast
kind of, lay
change.
into the monster.
Also, apparently you can bring a second weapon.
And also,
That's
looking
crazy.
At Doshiguma as well, you can kind of see the damage and wear and tear it's been receiving over the duration of the hunt. Obviously, in
I need to
traditional
prepare
Monster
for
Hunter
this
for
game,
Wilds,
dude.
You'd break monster parts and you'd visibly see that, but it looks like the team have really.
I am
added
not
on
ready.
and
I'm
added
literally
more
not
detail.
ready. I mean, it sounds like they're going to make it accessible to beginners, but dude, I want to be ready for this. This looks fun. This looks really fun, and like you could really tear into it early on.
そうなの。わかりました。
Oh, he did the thing. Went back to go to sleep.
Going to bust out a barrel bomb, but we need to save some good stuff for the following streams. So we're going to keep the barrel bomb for tomorrow's.
There you go. Another good reason to tune in tomorrow as well.
あ、違う違う。
So is that a trap you just dropped, or is that a trank of some sort?
I don't think Doshiguma appreciated that alarm clock.
Oh man, the daytime looks really good.
And mentioning what you said about the support
The daytime
hunters, kind of
lighting.
observing what you're doing and playing around that, they didn't wake the monster up. They let Takuda-san do that as the player.
Yeah, the AI is really smart, and it knows.
Oh, they
what
did.
time
Yeah,
you're
they
going
hung
to go
back.
for
They
based on
followed.
your actions.
They follow your lead, I guess.
And look at the mobility on the light bowgun and the rapid shots as well, including with elemental ammo. Hey!
Oh, and he's dead. Oh, they didn't. Okay, I guess he broke out of the trap, so they're just gonna kill him.
何気にこう
Wow.
だけもちょっと上に
All that for a Doshiguma.
Ryozo-san,
For a, I guess, a lower
you can actually
level
get on top of the
boss.
monster in order to carve. So that's a new feature from this game.
Actually, and we can see Olivia getting stuck in as well.
Yeah.
She's not hanging about. She's like, I'm getting my monster.
They're
pass
getting
right
involved.
now. So yeah, when you do take down a monster, you can get a lovely, nice pan, a nice screenshot of you stood upon your prize. But no,
That's
that was a
cool,
great
so that
hunt.
you
Takuda-san,
can stand on your
what was
kill?
highlight from that Doshiguma?
That's cool.
Just-
はい。今の狩りのハイライトは何でしたか？
そうですね、レダウだったり、バーラハーラだったり、今回のワイルズの隔ての砂原にいろんな環境を使いながら狩りをできたことは良かったんじゃないかなと思います。
I
Wow.
was really happy I was able to show you a huge variety of monsters within one quest, and also show off the Windward Plains and the ecology that you're able to use at the same time. So that was a great hunt for me.
That was awesome. And say, with
That was
we wanted to
shocking.
wrap up a little bit earlier due to the delay at the start. So don't worry,
Okay, so
we
I
will be
think
doing
there's
Trinity
another
Q&A
hunt that we can just
tomorrow's
react
stream,
to,
so do
and
tune in at the
I've
same
got time.
tomorrow. And if you liked what you saw today, you can wishlist Monster Hunter Wilds on PSN and Steam right now.
So we'll see if
it
it's
really
the
does-
same one.
We say there's some great benefits as well of having your Palico talk human language, right?
まあ人間の言葉だといろいろサポートしてくれたりするんですね。
Let me
そうで
just
すね、テ
peek
キスト自
ahead.
体はボイスにしてもアイル語にしても出るんですけれども、
You know
ボイス
what?
が
I'm going
字を読まなくても
to
サポートしてくれるんですごく
let's
わかり
back it up and just
すごく広く
listen,
なって
see
ますの
if
で
we hear any more
それと
news
に種類の
from
武器を持つ
the
ことで
developers.
いろんな環境の変化に柔軟に対
We'll
適応
we'll just watch through. If it's the same thing, it's the same thing.
Tinhorn
ちゃんとの
Gunblast.
方では
Oh my
すごいすごい
goodness. Whoa!
We're about to start.
Because, we are here with Monster Hunter Wilds director Yuya Takuda and Patrick, who will be translating.
This is really
for us.
cool that they
Welcome,
can just
welcome.
do this live themselves
we are
now.
going to be diving straight back into Monster Hunter Wilds for some hunting goodness. Isn't that right, Takuda-san?
よろしくお願いします。
Nice to join you.
Thank you, thank you. Now, obviously, on stage just now, we saw you rocking the greatsword. What weapon are you feeling for today? Because with these streams, this is your opportunity to show off whatever weapons you want.
先ほど体験だったんですけどステージで今回はどの武器種になるのでしょうか。
どれにしましょうかね。何か見たいのあるのかな。
Is there anything that anyone wants us to use today?
Hammer,
I've seen a lot of charge blade, please, in chat.
hammer, hammer.
チャージブレード、ランス。
Hunting horn
ちゃんとの
gunblast.
方では
Oh my
おすごいすごい
goodness. Whoa!
早すぎて。
The chat is overwhelmed and he can't read
す
it.
ごいハンマー。
チャークもありますしランスもあります。
ハンマーがガン
Oh my great sword, lance
Lance
bow,
is
charge
going.
blade, lance, gun lance. Oh my goodness!
オッケ
The choice is yours,
ー。
Takuda-san.
はい、オッケー。じゃあ始めますか。
Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, let's dive into the hunt.
これ画面出てるのかな？
はい
OK。
There we are. We're now in the corner. But the good thing is as well, obviously, we're asking which weapon, but in Monster Hunter Wilds, as they've seen, you can actually carry 2 weapons at once into a hunt.
まあどの武器
Yeah,
に
we
します
did
か
just
っていう
we did just see
質問です
that.
けど2種持てるんですね今回。
Two
そうです
weapons.
ね。なんか環境もいろいろ変わりますし、マップもすごく広くなってますので、セクレトに2種類の武器を持つことで、いろんな環境の変化に柔軟に適応していただくように今回デザインしています。
That's right. As you'll have seen, the environment is so changeable and it has these 2 sides to it where it can be very peaceful and then very wild and stormy. So we've added the ability to jump on your sacred and quickly change to a second weapon at any time so you can have a strategy ready for any situation.
Oh, that's right.
I guess that's fair. That is a very
この声
quick
今回
environmental
は
change.
1種類しか当て込まれてないんですけど、
I
実
guess
際のキャラメイク
it
は
only
2
makes
種類から
sense.
選ぶことができます。
So the character creator is a little bit restricted for this demo version. So for example, the Palico voices, you'll have 2 different ones to choose from. But for the purposes of this build, we've just got a default 1 set. So don't be concerned you see the limited options here. This is just for the demo version.
That's fine. It still looks good. It
まあ
looks
オプショ
good.
ン
The
で
menus look clean.
アイル語、猫の言葉に変えることもできます。
You can, of course, also change your Palico to speak
Is this
in
gonna be the same
Meowie
hunt?
Palico language if that's what you prefer. So if you don't want to hear them speaking in human words, then switch it to the meows.
Yeah, it's great to
I'll
have
just-
the
I'll
choice.
just
There's
react to it
great
again if it's the
benefits
same
as well of
hunt.
having your Palico talk human language, right?
まあ人間の言葉だといろいろサポートしてくれたりするんですね。
そうですね、テキスト
It looks
自体
like this
は
was the
ボイス
last
にし
of
ても
it.
こうアイル語にしても出るんですけれども、ボイスの方が字を読まなくてもサポートしてくれるんで、すごく
What am
わ
I
かり
saying?
や
It's
す
the
い
same
と思
hunt.
い
It's going to
ます。
be total
it's
different
going to be
gameplay
giving you
though.
helpful hints and support, but even if you choose the meowing noises, the subtitles will still give you the correct information. You won't lose out on that support, regardless of your audio choice.
That is handy. So it's a win-win no matter which you pick. It's down to your personal preference.
What did they say?
The
about-
subtitles?
Let me
Yeah,
look that
it's
up.
going to be giving you helpful hints.
テキスト自体は
人間のこと、
Some great benefits as well of having your Palico talk human language, right?
まあ人間の言葉だといろいろサポートしてくれたりするんです
So they can talk human
そうです
or,
ね、
or something
テキスト
else?
自体はボイスにしてもこうアイル語にしても出るんですけれども、ボイスの方が字を読まなくてもサポートしてくれるんで、すごくわかりやすいと思います。
Yeah, it's going to be giving you helpful hints and support, but even if you choose the meowing noises, the subtitles will still give you the correct
Oh, that's
information. You
right.
won't lose
I
out
think
on
chat
that
told
support,
me.
regardless of your audio choice.
You can
That is
do
handy.
like a
So
nya
it's a
nya
win-win
nya
no
language.
matter
Huh?
which you pick. It's down to your personal preference.
Okay. And you said
Your
something
personal
happens?
Choice.
That is handy.
Will still give you the correct information. You won't lose out on support, but even if you choose the meowing noises, the subtitles will still give
Oh,
you
it's
the
just
correct
subtitled.
information. You won't
Okay.
lose
I'm
out
sorry.
on that support.
I wasn't
regardless
sure if
of
that
your
was
audio
something new.
choice.
That is
Okay.
handy. So it's a win-win no matter which you pick. It's down to your personal preference.
まあ、14個の武器からここで選ぶことができますし、セカンダリーウェポンもここで選ぶことができます。
So we can choose from the 14 weapon types here.
What's it
Which one are we
gonna
going to go
be?
for?
It's not. It's. I like this menu a lot more.
I get the feeling that Lance was the most requested in the chat, so I'm going with Lance.
ボウも多いのかな。
And there was some people asking for the bow too, so that's going to be my second weapon choice.
There we go. Everyone's a winner.
Oh, okay.
The armor out here. Are we going for fashion or function here, Takuda-san?
Oh, look at that.
ファッション重視ですか僕は。
まあ両方ですね。
No, it's just the lance didn't seem as
今回ね
flashy.
スキルのシステムがちょっと変わってて、この体験版でも本編とちょっと違いますけど、スキルシステム自体は実装されて
I did see a lot of Lance defenders though, so and that were explaining to me in the comments that Lance gameplay you could just brutalize the monster. So maybe it'll look awesome with the Lance, like how he performs and stuff.
今までのシリーズスキルに加えて、
Look at this design.
特定のグループによってもスキルがつくようになってたりします。例えば重竜の、モンスターで装備を合わせると特定のグループスキルがついたりみたいなのも、実装されていってます。
A little bit of both in this case. I think it's a great looking armor, but I also want to have my skills ready to go out in the hunt. And you may have noticed some changes there on the screen.
Look
that are
at
going to
this
apply to the
lance.
skill system. It's broadly based on what
It's
we had
covered in
before
leather?
Monster Hunter World, but you saw new set bonus skills, for example.
That
So
looks
in
really
addition to
cool.
wearing the same armor series, getting you bonuses, there'll be certain set bonuses. It might be, for example, 2 different monsters parts, but they're from the same type, same sort of category of monster. For example, the same type of wyvern. You might be able to get some set bonus skills from combining those armor together, so you have more chances to mix and match.
Oh, wow. So if you love build crafting, then you're in for a treat.
Exactly.
そうですね。あとね、重要なところとしては武器に特定の攻撃スキルが 攻撃的なスキルは
So why isn't it just open world? Does that
But there's also
animation
going to
just
be
function?
specific attack skills attached to
武
it.
器の方についている武器に特定の攻
Do
撃
we think this animation just functions as like a seamless loading transition? I wonder. Why isn't this just open world? I guess it's because it's an open. This area is the only area you can access from the base camp. It's not fully open world. Maybe that's the only difference.
攻撃スキルが、攻
So
撃
you got to go make a different base camp for a different open area. I would still call that open world. I don't know.
的なスキルは武器の方についている形になってます。
And there's also going to be specific attack skills attached to weapons as well.
Oh wow! So even more reason to use or craft and use a wide variety of weapons.
いろいろな武器を作成することが重要になるゲームなんですね。
そうですね。武器、防具の方のスキル、
We got a little bit of we got a little bit of jank.
そうですね。
That's so
武
good.
器、防具の方の
It's a
スキ
demo?
ル選んでいただいて、スキルビルド考えていただくというのは変わらないんですけども、この2つの武器に、を持っていても、そこまでこう、スキルビルドに苦労しないような形に、スキル、デザイン自体を、変更を加えてますね。
Yeah, that's right. And you'll be able to choose the two weapons, of course. So I think you'll be able to create.
Oh, the quest starts when you attack him.
So that changing weapon changes one of the skills out, and that lets you have two different strategies at the same time, rather than
Hunt
being
the
locked
alpha
into just
Doshiguma. Oh, it's an alpha. It's a
Which is another
leader.
less, as we mentioned on stage, obviously having two weapons, you can either have two different weapons or two of the same type, but then having different versions of that type will yield benefits.
Someone in chat, can you let me know if the alpha thing, or sorry, in chat, still in streamer mode, in the comments, can you let me know if this alpha thing variant exists in Monster Hunter World or somewhere else? I'm just curious because before Monster Hunter World, my only experience with these games was Pokemon Legends Arceus. And I say experience with the games because Pokemon Legends Arceus copied heavily from Monster Hunter, is what I'm learning. And they had alpha variants of like Pokemon, but it was done differently. They weren't in packs. They were just like buffed versions that you could find that were good to catch. But this is cool. I'm processing all this. This is cool.
Tokuda-san, it's a 3v1 or 3v2 because you've got your Palico at the moment. How do you think you'll fare with a Lance in this situation?
今回はランスですが、3匹でかかってきてますので、どうなるのでしょうか。
そうですね。やっぱり群れはすごく、特にランスみたいなちょっと機動力が低めの武器っていうのは苦手だったりするんですけれども、するんですけれども、今回結構小回り利くような形になっていたりだとか、なんかあれやな。
Yeah, we've adjusted the lance in Monster Hunter Wilds so that it's still the sort of the powerful wall that it needs to be a lance. But you might notice as I'm playing that I've got a little bit more movability and a little bit
he's
more
dodging a
flexibility
lot.
in my options.
Oh, that's cool.
That look good.
でツバゼリアイは今みたいにガードを特性
We hadn't seen that. Yeah, we'd only seen that with the greatsword. That kind of blocking.
特性を持った武器が、モンスターのその特定の攻撃にうまく、当てていくと、ツバゼリアが発生するような仕様になってます。
What you just saw was a power clash. So whenever you've got a weapon that can guard, such as the lance, and a certain condition is met whenever you're attacking the monster and you guard it just the right time, you'll get this power clash happen on screen.
で今ちょっと見たかな、ジャスト判定していくと、割と今回いろんな武器にジャスト判定ついてるんですけど、その後、簡単な追撃に移ることがランスできるようになってます。
All the weapons pretty much now have some kind of perfect timing sort of effect on them for depending on how you're using it, but you'll be able to see how it works on the lance in this case.
Okay.
And it lets you follow up with attacks once you've done the perfect timing block.
セクレトに乗ると、セクレトは一定の回数回避をしてくれるので、危険になったらとりあえずセクレトを上のボタンで押すっていうのが、今回の割とプレイしやすい、ポイントになりますね。
The sacred is sort of hanging around to support you while you're hunting, and you'll be able to quickly press the button on the D-pad to call the sacred and get away from danger if you're kind of getting into trouble. So you might have noticed there it was ready to go for me right there as I started getting hit and taking damage.
Oh, that's cool.
It's always good to have an escape plan, especially when there's a pack of Doshiguma on you.
That's nice. That's nice that it's that responsive.
連れていくことができるのは今まで
Look at that.
がこの誘導弾ルア なんとかで、を使うルアーポットを使うとこのように敵視みたいな線がついてると思うんですけど、モンスターを連れていくことが。
Can we fight him? We can fight
You've
him on the
always been able
secret,
to
right?
anger a monster if you want to get it to follow you because you're planning to lure it somewhere on the map, and that's what we're doing right now. But I've used the new luring pod. You can see here on my slinger ammo display on the bottom right. That actually displays this little red beam that shows you which monster it is you're luring specifically, and it's almost indicating which one you're going to be dragging along.
Oh,
really
that's
essential.
nice.
Obviously, we're playing a solo hunt at the minute, but with the luring pod and the aggro line there, what benefits would this particular luring pod have for multiplayer if you're a Lance user?
マルチだと今の仕様はどういう
Oh,
風
look, you
な
just
使い
get a
方があ
map
りそう
overlaid while you're
そうです
playing.
ね、マルチであっても、モンスターを特定の場所まで連れていくということが、できますし、例えばその縄張り争いをするようなモンスターをあえて自分のモンスターのところに連れていくっていうこともできますね。
I think, well, regardless
There
of
he
your weapon,
is.
you'd be able to
There's my
strategically
man.
plan together to lure monsters. Let's say you've
Rey
got,
Dau.
one of them next to you, the Doshaguma, and you're next to another one, like the Chatakabra. We could plan to lure them together to make a turf war happen, to try and damage our targets. So, the possibilities are really endless.
That's fantastic. And saying if you are a shield user, you can live that tank fantasy by keeping aggro on you a little bit longer. And who's this monster, Takuda-san?
Oh, so you can. Okay. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna pause. So it is kind of more of a tank now. He just said you can live that tank fantasy. People are saying Lance isn't necessarily tank normally because there's not necessarily aggro and defense, but there's defense but not aggro. Some other things I think, but so all right, Lance can be a tank. Good to know. Okay, I'm trying to pick up what he's saying. Or keep track of what he's saying, but this is crazy.
If you are a shield user, you can live that tank fantasy by keeping aggro on you a little bit longer. And who's this monster, Takuda-san?
これが、正立ての砂原の
Just blatantly using the apex predator as a weapon against your target is just that's so cool. That's just so awesome.
エイペックスモンスターのレダウですね。
This is Rey Dau. It's the apex predator of the Windward Plains that we're in at the moment.
I love Rey Dau.
Some electrifying attacks.
Oh, look, he downed him. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds featuring your optional partner, Rey Dau.
Chat are loving seeing Rey Dau appear.
Oh my God, he looks okay up close. See the lighting whenever he appears, I'm not so sure about, but it's because it's a live stream. But the lighting when you get up close is insane. He looks the design. Look at his face. Oh, look at him. Oh.
And we're in the inclemency period at the moment, which explains why the weather is so shocking and extreme. So, both the hunter and the monsters have to contend with this.
どうぞ。
You know what he reminds me
はい
of?
今はこういう嵐の
Is
なってるので、モンスターもハンターも
are people gonna get mad at me if I make this comparison? I don't think so. Let me see. There was an electric dragon in Pal World. Orsurk. I want Orsurk. We have Orsurk at Lululemon. We have I want Orsurk. We have Orsurk at Calvin Klein. We have Orsurk at what am I thinking of? We have Orsurk at this is Orsurk from Gucci. Look at that. All right. Done joking around.
注意しないといけないんですね、雷とか。
そうですね、ある種ハイリスクハイリターンというか、うまく環境を利用するには、大ダメージを期待することもできるんですけど、同時に非常に危険でもあります。
This is just
Exactly. It's high
crazy.
risk, high return. You're going to be able to do extra damage to the monsters during this period by utilizing the environment and if they get struck, but you're also equally at as much risk of taking damage. So it's a time to be careful for sure.
Absolutely.
今小型モンスターが、こかしましたね、噛みついて土砂熊を転倒まで持っていきます。モンスターの強さによってどちらが勝つっていうのは、均等ではなくて毎回一緒ではなくて、小型モンスターが低い確率ですけど土砂熊に関しては勝つ可能性があります。チャタカブラにはもっとすごい高い確率で勝ったりします。
So you've seen the small monsters, trying to take on the big one. It's not like it's a fixed program where the big ones always win.
Yeah.
You never know what's
Okay.
going to happen. I think depending on the big monster they want to take on, sometimes the pack or herd of smaller monsters may actually have a chance of taking it down.
Oh, wow.
Especially if it was something like a Chatakabra rather
Oh yeah,
than
are these
more
guys
powerful and
attacking him right now? Is that what I'm
aggressive Takuma
seeing?
that we're dealing with
Or
right
I
now.
guess defending
Like,
against him?
sometimes you never know what's going to happen. I think program where the big ones.
Oh no,
always
that's the
win.
bug.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. I think depending on the big monster they want to take on, sometimes the pack or herd of smaller monsters may actually have a chance of taking it down.
Oh, wow.
Especially if it was something like a Chatakabra rather than the more powerful and aggressive Doshakuma that we're dealing with right now.
So there's definitely strength in numbers then.
これね、今まで言ってないですけど、新しい環境生物で回復コロモムシというのがいます。
We haven't shown this before. This Vigor Mantle bug, which I've just grabbed.
Okay.
今回復。
Oh, we just grabbed it with the hook slinger.
取って、自
They
分の
showed that in the
ところに引き寄せ
trailer.
て回復することができる、まあすごく便利な生き物です。
It's a really handy endemic life creature that you can grab with your slinger and pull it over to you for a quick heal.
Very
Oh,
handy.
so
in
you
the
could be
heat button.
running and
I don't know how many times I've been chased by a monster.
Hook over
and I haven't had
the
time to
heal
equip a
item.
potion, so that's very handy.
回復逆のみ姫がないときには非常に使えそうな
wow.
環境生物ですね。
Ooh, and what was that we just saw there with the focus strike?
今の攻撃はどういうものだったんでしょ
そうですね、これがまさにフォーカスストライクになります。
Oh, he's clawing at his wound, or he's-
のような特殊な突きに発生
Did
し
you
ます、ね。
guys see that?
傷
He's
口に対
ういうものだったんでしょ
そうですね、これが
he's having to so he's wounded him and knocked him over, but he's still he's clawing at you. He's having to dodge while or he's having to block as he's going in for the kill on that weak spot.
特殊な突きに
This
発
is
生しますね。
intense.
Yeah, as you notice, the focused strike is something that you can use while you're in focus mode and the monster has already been wounded, and it lets
Oh
you
my
pull off a
gosh.
special attack targeting the wounded area.
まあ今みたいに砥石を研ぐ時にもセクレトを呼べよみたいなアナウンスが出たりもしますし、当然武器もあら棒にしたつもりが変わってない。
The,
What's going on
後
there?
でま
the
た
tutorials that we've got switched on for this
どうしますね。
demo purposes were showing that you can get on your sacred and sharpen your weapon and change weapon. I just realized I didn't actually correctly change my second weapon, so I don't think I have the right one with me. But
It's
never
still a
mind.
ranged weapon, you know.
今回乗った時に、乗り移りながらいろんなところにダメージを与えているのは変わらないんですけど、弱攻撃、中攻撃、さらには武器
Looks like
によ
these
る
are
攻
back.
撃っていうのがいつでも
Well,
で
now
き
you
る
have
よう
this
にな
finisher
ってます
thing.
So you can move around the monster just like in, for example, Monster Hunter World. Once you're mounted to attack different parts of its body.
Whoa!
On the screen, you also have powerful and weaker attacks, as well as a per weapon special attack that is coming up at the bottom prompt there. So you have a lot more variety in the mounted attacks you can carry out.
Oh, that's
Absolutely, that was
awesome.
Absolutely brutal attack in a very satisfying way. And all
So we're gonna get one of those for every weapon, huh? That's pretty cool.
the 14 weapon types have that as well.
その特殊な攻撃はどの武器種にもついているものなんですね。
そうですね、はい、集中、乗った時の、武器攻撃っていうのはすべての武器で使えます。
That's right. All 14 weapons have that special attack.
Wow. So even more options and how you want to handle the
Oh,
monster,
Rey Dau's
bring them
back.
down quicker, mount them for longer.
おなんか向こうでレーダーアウト。
Oh,
See in the
Oh my
background, that
god!
is completely wailing on this Balahara.
welcome to the stream, Balahara.
That's great. It's a three-way?
三つどもえですね。
Three-way battle? Pause.
We've got
Three-way
this
battle, I
whole
meant.
3 monster situation.
He just
going
burrowed
on.
underground? Oh my gosh.
Who's your Xenion?
This is
か
crazy.
けるとしたら誰が勝ちますか？
これレーダーアウトですね、これはね。
my money's on Rey Dau.
They sound pretty adamant about how strong they've made Rey Dau.
ダメージが与えた状態で、例えば土砂熊クリアした後に、さっきのバラハラがもし逃げていなければ、HP も多少減った状態で、クエスト化することもできます。
I like that you can scamper away from a nightmare situation like that so fast.
Since we're
It's cool. It's a cool situation, and it might be momentarily advantageous to deal damage to your target, but then you want to get the hell out of there, and you can just call this guy up.
seamlessly traveling and doing quests in the map, even if I defeat my target, such as the Alpha Toshagama just now, if the other monsters who are in the vicinity are still hanging around and they're weakened, I don't have to start over again with them.
You
I
can
can
pick up
just
where you left
continue right on and continue to attack them, start a new quest, and take them down, having the damage carried over.
And here's Chatakabra.
That's
so
cool.
How many monsters have we seen now in this quest? Is it 4?
このモンスターでもう
They must be structuring the quests differently. Like you must get them all up front or something. Or whatever the excuse is in game. It's like, oh, we have a list already of all the ones we need. We're not gonna give them to you moment to moment throughout the story.
モンスター4種類ぐらい出現してると思うんですけど
そうですね、今4種類いますね。でも もっと出ますよ。
Of course, there are many more that could appear.
このように大体の場合こう土砂熊が勝つんですけど、ごくまれにこうチャタカブラが勝ったりもしますし、それを争ってる間にこちらがダメージを与えていくと。
He has set this guy up against so many other monsters both times he's done this mission. It's so funny.
Like I said before, you know, in most cases, the Doshagama will be able to defeat the Chatakabra just because of their relative power. But there are times when the Chatakabra manages to pull it off and defeat the Doshagama. And of course, the hunters can take advantage of the distraction and keep attacking their target. And you'll weaken Doshagama so much that you might actually help Chatakabra best his foe.
That's interesting.
ちなみにね、マップも変な環境性ですか。マップも全部覆うこういう形、あとマップ自体 3D になってますよね。
So the map is 3D.
Look at that.
こう全部広げることもできできるし、
So we've seen
こういう風にちょっとだけ。
Yeah, we're trying to show it whilst running away here, but yeah, you can see that it actually covers all the information you need in the environment.
And obviously, so we've got the 3D map now. What was the kind of primary reason we went for 3D on this iteration of more
Look at
detail?
these rock.
そうですね、ワールド時の古代樹の森だったり正気の谷のような階層構造が複雑なフィールドになると、自分がどこの位置にいたりだとか、モンスターがどこの位置にいたりっていうのがちょっと分かりにくい部分もありましたので、今回この 3D マップと、セクレトのオートの移動ですね、この2つによってすごく迷いにくくなってます。
It's a bit of a learning we had from Monster Hunter World, where the maps got bigger and bigger and more three-dimensional and with more verticality. But we heard from a lot of players that they were having trouble finding their way around or even getting lost while trying to find the monsters. So
I do get
map
lost.
to 3D.
ちょっと注目してもらいたいんですけど、土砂熊
That
は
would be nice.
ある程度こう、バトルが進んでいきますと、それこまでに、潰した古傷が、怒りによってもう一回避けて、全身がもう一回傷だらけになるような特性っていうのを持ってます。
You might notice that all the wounds that we created earlier and attacked are coming back now. This is actually special to Doshagama. It has a feature where when it gets angry like it is now, it literally opens up its old wounds from the rage.
Oh, wow.
And it reopens those wounds for you to attack. So
Really?
it's an opportunity for you to re-attack those areas.
So if you successfully create lots of wounds early on in the hunt, you're rewarded for it in the latter stage with more damage opportunities.
And I guess you'd find that out from like the hunter notes or whatever the equivalent of that is in this.
そうですね。
Yes, well, that was a yes or no question.
ただしこの状態になるとものすごくこう凶暴性も増しますので、攻撃性も増すので、そういう意味でのこう厳しさっていうのはより増しますね。
On the other hand, it's going to get a lot more powerful and aggressive when it's angry, so you've got more opportunities to attack.
Oh my gosh, wait. I looked away for a second.
It's more dangerous for everyone involved.
And it became daytime. Look how fast it becomes day. Like it switches.
増すので、なると
そうですね。そのうちに傷口がたくさんつければつけるほど。
I kind of love how fast it happens. I kind of.
ただしこの状態になると
It's so frenetic.
ものすごくこう凶暴性も増しますので、攻撃性も増すので、そういう意味でのこう厳しさっていうのはより増しますね。
On the other hand, it's going to get a lot more powerful and aggressive when it's angry, so you've got more opportunities to attack, but you're going to have a lot more attack coming your way too.
It's more dangerous for everyone involved.
Got a little bit of popping. It's okay. It's a demo.
Two
Look
for
at that. Oh my goodness.
せっかくなんで。
That's a lot of damage you can just do.
サポート今北条付近になりましたね。で、SOS フレア使ったらっていうアサインも出たので使ってみましょうか。
So we've returned to the bounty weather condition, and we've had this. We've got the option currently on to show more tutorials for first-time players, and
it looks gorgeous during the
in some
daytime.
support hunters to finish off the hunt. So I'm going to follow that suggestion and fire off an SOS flare.
人が NPC が外に。
There's some NPCs here just minding their business on the map.
Gosh, hopefully Doshaguma doesn't come barreling through right now.
ドシャグマに攻撃されないといいですね。
そうなんです。逃げていきます。
Don't worry, they're smart enough to run away when they see it coming.
今ね、ファースト
What just happened here? Oh, fast travel.
So I've just used fast travel to return to a pop-up.
Okay.
And what does the pop-up camp allow us to do?
このキャンプでできることは、
Oh, this isn't a normal.
このふうに
It's
装備を
oh.
変えたりだとか、物資を補給、
you get to
アイテム
choose
を補
where you
給
put
したりだとか、あと力尽きた時のリスポーンポイント、あと SOS フレアを打った時のAI サポートハンターが、 出てくる場所にもなりますので、なるべくこのモンスターの習性に合わせて場所に先にじて置いておくと狩りの効率がすごく良くなってきますね。
So these camps will allow you to change your weapons, change your gear, stock up on items. They're also the respawn point for after you cart, and they represent the point at which support AI hunters will actually enter the map as well when you call them in. So if you're able to place it closer to where the action is, then it could be beneficial.
So we can, as we can see, that's one of the tactical benefits of choosing your camp carefully.
キャンプを近くに置いておくと
Really?
そこが有利なんですね。
そうですね、はい。ただし壊されたりするキャンプもありますので、その利便性と安全性をこう天秤にかけながら選んでいただ
Oh, here we got the bow. We got the bow action going.
That's right, but the closer to the action you place your camp, the more at risk you are of the camp being attacked by monsters because it's in a bit of a dangerous area. So
Oh, you don't want that when you're
balancing
trying to chill.
convenience and risk is going to be up to the player. Yeah.
Okay, this looks amazing though. The environment during the
草食の
daytime.
モンスターがたくさん群れをなすようになったりだとか、
The lighting is so much better than I thought.
どこにいるかな。こういう時
So we're in the plenty here, and that
And the
will change
detail.
the endemic life that appears on the map. So I'm going to see if we've got more of the healing endemic life that should be around in this period.
Oh,
So
it is.
it's
It does affect.
So what,
I was wondering, like, does the changing climate like affect the endemic life, like the bugs and things you can
depending on
find?
what period you're hunting in, there could be more healing or less healing, even ramping up the challenge a bit.
異常気象によっては
Wow.
現れるものも違いますし、リスクリターンが変わったりするんですね。
そうですね。
Look
さっ
at
きの
that.
異常気象の時は大来光虫のような、攻撃的な、能力を性能を持った生き物が多く出てきますし、豊穣期の方は回復のアイテムだったり蜂蜜だったりそういうものが多く出るような傾向はあります。
The dual weapons kind of seems like a perfect opportunity to have one close range, one long range. I don't know.
Yeah, generally speaking, the inclemency period, whenever there's going to be extreme weather and storms like you just saw, we'll have more maybe attack-based creatures around, like the giant thunderbug we saw, whereas the plenty period is a bit more peaceful. It's going to have, concordantly going to have some healing items or healing bugs and things like that be more around on the map.
ちょっと新しい弓の仕様をお伝えしますね。今回ね、
I liked how that heavy bow gun was working. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be. I wonder if what if I went full futurist and just did like charged blade heavy bow gun?
瓶が
That'd be a fun
アイテム
theme.
ではなくなりました。
So just to introduce a new element for the bow, the coatings are no longer items.
今回この仕掛けやゲージっていうんですけど、このゲージがあると
Coatings
思
no
うんです
longer
が
items.
このゲージを使って、瓶を使う。今ゲージ減りましたね。
So you can see that there's a blue gauge above where the power coating is appearing. That's the gauge that you use to refill the coatings that you're
で
using.
このゲージはもう一つこう導きのよいしょ。これ自体は弱いですよ。
So,
で刺さったらここに対して追加ダメージ。
So I just shot a tracer arrow, and then as you saw, even though I wasn't aiming right at it, the subsequent shot aimed right for the tracer.
That was
So you
slick.
can do some really impressive plays.
That
with
was fast. That was
すごく
slick.
プレ
That
イ
was
ができそうな
cool.
んですね。
そうですね。上手い人だとどんどんこうつないでいきながらダメージの量を増やしていくようなプレイングもできるようになってますね。
I think if you're good with the bow, yeah, you'll be able to use those to pull off some great damage combos.
なんかサポートハンターがあんまり動いてくれないですね。今あれかな。ちなみに今回支給品もクエスト開始したら自分のセクレットポーチに届けてくれるような仕様になってますし、時間が経つと追加の支給品が来たりもします。
Speaking of the supply items, previously you would have only been able to get them at camp, so you would have to go back to the box to get them. But since we're able to start and new quests right in the map, they're actually going to be delivered directly to your sacred pouch whenever you start a new quest.
もう一回
Oh,
回収もできます。
okay. That's
And
nice.
you can pick up traps.
You know, that's good. I can't
Oh,
remember how many times I put a trap in a bad
nice.
place, and I'm like, oh no, I need to get another one.
置き間違えてしまうことが
Okay,
多い人
good. That was a much needed
非常に嬉しいです。
modernization.
でここに置くと罠に反応してサポートハンターなんかサポートハンターたちも空気を読んで
Yeah, those support hunters are also able to understand that you
When did the
placed a trap.
second one
and
get
then
in
head
here?
over there.
Was he fighting the second one this whole time?
Very handy. Toshigoma's still putting up a big fight.
This thing is tough.
もうね弱ってるはずなんですけどね。
I think he's pretty much on the ropes at this point.
So it's all or nothing for this monster.
What just happened?
2匹いますね。ちょっと声足玉で。
So
Oh my gosh.
one of his herd has shown up here, one of his packs. So we're just going to use a large John pod here to try and.
Oh, that's what that
disperse
was.
them.
Especially in such close quarters, that would make him even more dangerous.
こうい
Yeah.
う狭い場所はなおさら危ないですね。
そうですね。土砂雲のようにちょっと今回復三つ虫が出てますね。これ
I'm
の
I'm kind of speechless, man. This is like a scope and scale that
As I mentioned, the things like the giant figure.
I'm not
wasps,
fully
the healing
comprehending.
Endemic life is more common to find.
Or
in the
wasn't.
20 period.
I am now. What did you say
To
about
find in the things like the giant figure wasps, the healing endemic life is more common to find in the plenty period.
これも初めてかな。
Look how huge this open area is. I didn't even think
そうそう
about
ですね
that.
ガジオスというモンスター
Got a few new smaller monsters
で
there.
傷つきやすいような弾を
And I was able
Slinger
to grab
の
its tooth off with the slinger, and that becomes the new bleeding pod. When you use that with the slinger and hit a monster, it becomes easier for it to bleed.
Oh, that's
Oh, it just automatically switched to that
ちょ
pod?
っと危
That's
険な状
cool.
態ではあるんですけど、サポートハンターに頑張
That's
ってもら
really
って
cool.
We have 2 Doshagame here, but I'm hoping that support hunters have my back while I sit down for a quick meal in the field.
Let's go.
食事でも取りましょうか。
Let's go, King. King.
今回携帯
Just
食料を
posting up to recover right in front of the boss.
肉と
Let's
魚
go.
と野菜を選ぶことが
Will they disrupt your camping?
So
Your
you're able to
your
choose the
BBQ?
combination of the portable rations that you have with you, whether it be meat, vegetable, etc., to decide what meal to cook.
I'm gonna be sitting on the sidelines cooking so much.
で追加の食材っていうのは今キノコとハーブを使ったんですけど、村人から交流して得ることをしたりとかフィールドから取ることによって追加の効果を得る食材っていうのを取ることができたりし
I
ます。
added some mushrooms and herbs here. Those kind of additional ingredients are things that you can both find on the map or perhaps exchange with and trade with NPCs to get new ingredients and toppings. And by adding them to the meal, you're going to get different combinations of effects and skills.
That
it
is
looks
so tasty.
the daytime lighting looks so beautiful,
So
man.
tasty, isn't it?
And the good news is you weren't interrupted by the monster. But I assume if you get too bold with your cooking, there could
その
be...
間は幸い邪魔されなかったんですけど、もしかしたらあんな場所で料理すると攻撃される可能性がある
もちろん
んですね。
もちろんやられる可能性が
Yeah.
あります。どこでも食べれる分どこでもリスクがあります
You
ね
can eat anywhere, but monsters can attack you eating anywhere. So the decision is yours.
This is insane.
今回ねこの局舎も前はスタンチを貯めるつぶてみたいなものが出てたと思うんです。今回上の方に追
Oh,
加
we got him.
追加ダメージが入るようなこう炸裂矢を刺すような仕様に変わってますね。
Yeah, the arc
Nice.
shots have also been changed up this time so that they are able to be more effective and do more damage from that style.
Great news for bow mains. Or those looking to try it out in wilds.
I might try it. I don't
This is
know.
new, isn't it, Takuda-san?
これって新しい仕様ですね。今モンスターの上に。
そうですね。モンスターの中に入り込まずに、乗ったりすることもできますし、今みたいにクエスト60秒待たなくてもそのまま、終わらすことができます。あとこういう風にディティール今みたいに
I love that.
ちっちゃなリザ
Oh,
ルト
they
にする
okay.
こともできますし、ボタンを押せば
The support hunters leave
今まで
after the
通りの
quest.
しっかり見るリザルトにすることもできるようになってます。
That's right. You no longer pass through the monster's body. You can get on top of it while you're carving. And as you may have
That's a
saw,
nice
the
touch.
result screen appears as a sort of more compact notification that you can skip through without
Yes.
having a large screen come up. Or if you want to, you can press the correct prompt to see the detailed screen. Once you skip through that, you don't go anywhere. You're right back on the field to continue your next hunt.
That's
What
perfect. That's
options do players have
perfect.
after a hunt?
一回討伐
I love that.
できることは何でしょうか。
そうですね。今まではこうクリアしたらフィールドじゃない拠点に戻ってもう一回クエストボードからリスタートでしたけど、今回はフィールドにいるモンスターを、また自分で目的を見つけて、狩ることができます。レダウに行くこともできますし、バーラハーラに行くこともできる。さらにですね、今どういう状況なのかみたいなことをマップで見ることができます。
You can of course go back to the camp, pick up another quest on the quest board as per usual, but you don't have to. You can stay right on the field, just find monsters to hunt, or as I'm doing right now, open the map and check out the situation. It shows you the kind of areas different monsters appear in.
さっきはねダメージをフィールドで与えて、クエスト
It looks like
化しましたけど、マップ
they're all logged already as quests.
の上から、クエストを開始するっていうことも。
Whoa!
So earlier we just attacked the Alpha Toshagama and it started a quest. This time I found one on the map, and as you saw, I selected the option there, and it just started a quest for me right where I'm standing.
That's rather handy.
とても便利そうな気がします。
そうですね。で、あとモンスターの強さとかも、分かりまして、追加の報酬っていうかもう、フィールドに出てるモンスターについては、発生しますので、そういうことも確認してもらいながら、どのターゲットを次に狙っていくかみたいなことを決めていただけます。
You can also see things like which additional rewards will be dropped by particular monsters and make that the decision-making factor for your next hunt target.
Oh, that's great, especially if you're farming for a particular weapon or a particular piece of armor.
この武器、この防具を作成したくてこれが欲しくてと思ったときに使える機能なんですね。
そうですね。特定の今回ね、でも僕が遊んでと思うのは、この装備が欲しいんだけれども、なんかちょっと素材がいいモンスターが徘徊してるからついでに買っとこうかみたいな気持ちになるのが今までにない感覚です。
Yeah, it's also great where if you're already doing a different hunt target, but you find another monster who it tells you is going to have the materials you want for that armor or that weapon you've been waiting to craft. You don't have to quit the hunt you're on and then find it later. Just keep hunting on the go, or even keep hunting it while you're attacking your main target. So it lets you do that a lot more seamlessly.
That's awesome. There we go.
Wow.
Well played, Takuda-san.
はい、上手にできました。
What would you say, as Lance was the first weapon, what kind of player would enjoy using Lance?
今ランツだったんですけど、ランツはどのようなプレイヤーに向いている武器なんでしょうか。
そうですね。ランスは割と藤岡さんのような安定思考というか、モンスターの攻撃を受けながら自分のダメージを軽減しつつ、反撃していくようなスタイルの武器です。
It's a weapon for people who want to be sort of strong and stable. They're going to have guarding ability to keep their own health higher, and then whenever the timing is right, to be able to poke back at the monster.
ですが、今回は割と
I don't want to poke, I want to bonk.
ジャスト
I
ガー
want
ド
to
も
bonk
含め
hard.
て、反撃する能力っていうのも高くなってますので、ちょっと今までランス合わなかったなみたいな人でもオフェンシブな面っていうのが、確認できますので、一回ちょっと試してみてもらったらいい、もしかしたら好きな武器の一つになってくれるかもしれないなと思ってます。
Anyone who might never have really picked up the lance before because you felt it was a bit too defensive for you, a bit too tanky, then I think that the new abilities that we've added, including these precise timing guards, which let you lead into powerful counterattacks, they might make it a bit more of an active participation kind of weapon. So I'd encourage any of you who think the lance isn't for you to give it a try in Monster Hunter Wilds, and maybe you'll grow to like it.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I'm going to have to go out there and give it a try after this demonstration. So,
僕も今のプレイを見たら遊びたくなりましたので。
ぜひ試してみて。
and with that, we'll wrap things up for today, but we'll be back tomorrow from 1 p.m. CEST, starting with our stage show. So there'll be Takuda-san, as well as Monster Hunter Wilds producer Ryozo Sugimoto, and Monster Hunter Wilds.
Hold on, that's
Takuda-san, as tomorrow from 1 p.m. CEST, starting with our stage show. So there'll be Takuda-san, as well as Monster Hunter Wilds producer Ryozo Sugimoto, and Monster Hunter Wilds. As well as Monster Hunter Wilds producer Ryozo Sugimoto and Monster Hunter Wilds executive director and art director Kaname Fujioka. So do join in. We should have some multiplayer gaming for you in Monster Hunter Wilds, as well as community Q&A. And then afterwards, we'll be back again with Takuda-san, and we'll be showing off more weapons. So chat, make sure you're here, because we'll be looking at you to decide what weapon we show. But once again, I'd like to say thank you to Patrick for translating for us, and to Takuda-san for the gameplay and awesome information.
はい。
お疲れ様でし
お疲れ様でした。皆さんありがとうございます。
Wow.
See you next time, everyone. Or see you tomorrow.
Wow. I'm honestly... That was insane. That was so... Okay, that was so good. And here's why, like, in my opinion, especially going off of all the trailers and stuff I've seen, It's the same game. It's still the same game. This isn't a gimmick. It's not like, it's Monster Hunter, but it's GTA. Or, they didn't even add new weapons. They just took what worked and they made it better. And they took things that were impediments due to previous generation technology or practices or just, overall understanding of how to, of their game systems, and incorporated fan feedback across, I guess, the last several years. And they removed things that are impediments. There's just a ton of quality of life enhancements. There's a ton of modifications to the gameplay that allow it to scale up. And then they are leveraging this new generation, we'll call it, this new technology that we've got in current year to scale the game up. And it's the same game, but scaled up and like easier to play. And they're getting out of your way, and they're getting out of your way to enjoy it. And that's all that like new games in like established series that are doing really well need to do, in my opinion. Like, I don't have a good example to pull from, but like for like a competing series, but I'm just really impressed with how this has come together. Based on how it was explained, how it was pitched to us in the trailers, I was like, I wasn't sure if it's like, are we going to get a lot of map markers on the screen, because it's kind of all out there. No, it's focused on one hunt. You're going for one monster, doing one thing. But you can get everybody else involved, and you can get the entire rest of the biome involved with taking down your monster. And then when you're done, all those monsters have still previously been affected by damage that was dealt or whatever when you came barreling through. You and your monster came barreling through. You can target those to continue questing. This is all I wanted. This is like the best part of like games like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's not that it's open for open world's sake. It's that you can go from dungeon to dungeon, or from boss to boss, or from exploration, like puzzle solving thing to puzzle solving thing. Whatever your favorite thing was of like a Zelda game, in Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you can just zigzag everywhere all over the world and just, do the next thing that you want to do. And it looks like with Monster Hunter Wilds, like it's kind of that's what you're being allowed to do this time. Because I would really like to just quest and quest and quest and quest and quest all in the same area in Monster Hunter World, but I can't, like I got to do one monster and then go back. I can kill a monster ahead of time, but then I still got to go kill it again for the quest. So those archaic systems are still in place in this game, or in Monster Hunter Wilds, or sorry, Monster Hunter World. And for a lot of similar games, I know this isn't a JRPG series, but for a lot of JRPGs, action RPGs, things like that, those legacy systems have been in place. So it's so cool to see Japanese developers finally like evolving into something new with the technology that we have. I do think like a lot of the menu systems, a lot of the ways in which these systems were handled in the past were due to technical limitations to make the game playable and engaging. I do think there's technical reasons that we've always had, lots of menus, lots of this, lots of that, all of these things that are being enhanced by like these, or that are, these impediments that are being removed. I do think it's because this particular niche of games, like something like Monster Hunter, something like even like other standard JRPGs like Final Fantasy, Tales games maybe. All of these I think are because the concepts of these like Japanese games are Dragon's Dogma. They're all grand in concept, and then this genres like this action hunting or like action RPG or JRPG, even a turn-based game, they allow you to the role-playing element of it allows you to transcend like your current technical limitations, So I'll be playing a turn-based JRPG and I'm role-playing like I'm fighting in real time and doing all this cool, crazy stuff. But it's, it's a turn-based JRPG from like the 1990s. Like I'm playing Star Ocean. I'm role-playing as like a space warrior JRPG, guy, with like a mage sidekick. I'm role-playing as that. I'm seeing pixel characters on screen. It's it's not turn-based, it's action RPG, but it's much smaller in scope. You're inserting yourself. But now with the technology that's available, especially on PC, you are able to really like actualize some of these like wild, fantastical visions in a very like literal sense. We're not LARPing in the game as like I'm a monster hunter. Like you are. And Monster Hunter, I guess, has been like this for a while, but like that really felt like I'm on a hunt. I'm out on an excursion, an expedition. This felt like a real expedition because it's like things could go wrong. Things could change suddenly. Everything's dynamic. You're going to like adapt in the moment. And when you're done, you're going to move on to another task and another task until you get, I don't know, maybe you run out of supplies or you just get worn out. You need to go back and you need to fall back to your base camp and regroup for whatever reason, but you do all these like things in like one cohesive area, and then at your when the time's right for you, then you go back. It's amazing. It's amazing. I really I'm blown away, to be honest. I was like apprehensive. Like the very first time I saw a teaser, I'll tell you guys this. Like the very first time I saw a teaser trailer for this, I was like, I don't know. Like I had never played Monster Hunter, but I was like concerned that it was going to be like, oh, they're just launching it into open world. It's like an open world meme game or gimmick, and it's not going to be that great. But the more I learned about Monster Hunter, I kind of realized, wow, okay, this is an extremely competent developer and studio behind it. And then like seeing this is like, I'm so optimistic for more games. I really hope this game sets a tone that other developers follow for like, just make the game just make the game better and then scale it up. You have more resources available to you, so like use them first and foremost to remove existing impediments that you've been like coping with for all these years because of those hardware limitations, like restraining your vision. So use it to remove those impediments. And then any remaining resources, scale your vision up. Don't overscale to where it's buggy and it breaks and stuff like that. If all you can do is remove these impediments, these existing legacy systems, and scale up a little bit, no problem. Great game. If you can scale up even more, tremendous. But if more game series can do this, this is like huge. This is, I don't know if I'm speaking to in the abstract, but this is just, I was really, really impressed by the demo. I know I'm kind of new. To the game, to this game series, but I've played enough to kind of see that this would be immediately, more convenient to play, and it's motivating me right now to get better at the existing games, to be ready for the denser, like wider, just more like vast amount of content that is clearly going to be in the game. Like I'm now motivated. Okay, 2 weapons, all these different bosses, they're attacking you like crazy. The difficulty of this game basically scales with how much craziness you can personally tolerate as a player before you have to fall back and like lead one of these monsters away. I'm like now motivated to get very good at several different kinds of weapons in this game that I was not motivated to do. I was going to be, I'll be a specialist in hammer for a bit, and then I'll try another one. And then I'll just lock it on one for my playthrough of Monster Hunter Wilds. Maybe I'll do a different one for that one, or I'll stick with the good one because I want to do good, or the one that I'm good at because I want to do good, in the game. But this is like I'm going to go prepare. I'm like excited for the game, and I'm going to go prepare in the existing game, or in the existing games that are already out, because the systems are going to be similar, and I need to kind of, get a feel for, like, now I have to think about, like, okay, well, like, I was probably never going to touch, like, the ranged weapons of Monster Hunter World, but now I might if I'm going to get, if it's this much craziness going on at any given moment. I don't have to go back to camp. I'm not going to be spending a bunch of time preparing, changing out builds and stuff like that necessarily. And I'm going to have the option to have 2 weapons. Well, now I should probably be good with ranged weapons, because like I could have a close weapon. I got the hammer a little figured out in my personal playthrough, and but so I've got the close range weapon, but I might need a long range weapon. So like maybe a bow, or like the heavy bow gun or something like that. I've never touched that. I wasn't planning on touching that in Monster Hunter World. Now I may have to. Now I may have to get good at like all these different weapons. It's great. And like, I'm not a hardcore fan of the game. I'm new to the game. So if I'm thinking like that, with like 15, 16 hours in Monster Hunter in total, and looking at this new game, that's a really good sign, I think, for this series, in terms of bringing in new people and like getting them stuck in it, like all of the fans are. So, yeah, really, really incredible. Honestly, just it's not. I mean, there was spectacle for sure, but it's like that's not the point. Basically, the point is the decisions that they're making are very, very intentional and tactical to, like I said, removing the impediments of maybe legacy systems and then scaling up and then taking advantage of that. That newfound lack of impediments to scale up the system, to scale up your game basically and make it bigger and even more fun. So well done. Well done. I really love it. I'm really hyped for it. And what's crazy is like, I was thinking about it the other day, is like, we just had Black Myth Wukong come out. I think after that game, I don't know what else is coming out between now and this game coming out that I'm like even remotely interested in. Like this, I hope people pay attention to this game. I hope people do not sleep on this, because this is people outside of the fan base, because this seems like if they stick the landing on the launch, this is going to set a new precedent, that it's like you don't just have to be that it's not just about this is going to set another precedent for other developers, like it's no longer like I don't want to make too many comparisons, but it's no longer like, oh, it's Nintendo with Zelda Breath of the Wild, and they do some crazy, innovations with open world gameplay that works specifically with their game, and it blows everyone away, and everybody's like chasing after that high forever. It's no longer just Nintendo. It's no longer just like FromSoft with Elden Ring, like taking their systems and making it open world. Now it's like, it's Capcom with like, this is like a very hardcore game, from what I've seen with like from my experience. This is like a very hardcore game with very particular systems that have been refined over the years. The fans like are, if you're a fan of this game, you've studied those systems. They've taken a game like that and they are demonstrating how to make the game bigger, better, and more enjoyable, but keeping it the same game. Like this is such a good precedent to set for other games to scale up their experience. So I really loved it. Really big fan of it. I can't wait for a demo. I need a demo. I need to play Monster Hunter World more. I need to prepare first, and then I want a demo. So I would be okay with like another month before we get a demo personally because I'm new. But yeah, it's insane. So loved it. Let me know what you guys thought of the live stream, and do you agree with my comments, disagree with them? What's your favorite part about the demo? Point out some things I missed. I inevitably missed something, almost certainly. Yeah, so I'm going to try and also let me know in the comments if you want me to stream the next one that they do live. I have to check the schedule, but if they're going to be this early in the morning, it might be easier for me to stream this live on Twitch and us all react to it together. If it's during the day, I may not be able to, and I'll react when I can. But yeah, this was insane. I loved it. If you're new here, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. It's free on YouTube to subscribe, and I post more reaction content and other content on here related to Monster Hunter and similar games like that. Really zeroed in on Monster Hunter currently. Also, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gaijin Hideout. I stream Monster Hunter World every Thursday at 6 p.m. EST. So unless there's like a conflicting event or something like that, I'm going to be doing that again this Thursday. I'm having a great time in chat, hanging out with all the Monster Hunter fans, and getting good, mastering the art of the bonk of the hammer. That's my weapon of choice. So would love to have you join me. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.